Hey guys, this is a market update. You guys know that I think the cycle isn't over and that we go higher from here. Well, the next few months is going to prove me right or wrong. I'm either going to look like a great trader or a complete idiot. But I'm not a LARP. I have my money behind these trades as well. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to lose a lot of money. But I'll show you all of the data that I'm looking at, which I think shows me that monetary policy is coming easier, asset prices are going higher. So I'll show you that data in this video. For right now, we've had a perfect technical bounce here. This is the all-time high. You get a rejection from that. Right here, we've bounced. It's still early days, it's the second week, but you can see that bounce here. This is now a support level. So we've turned previous resistance into a support level and are trying to bounce. So technically, perfect. That's what you want to see in a bull market. We now have another higher low, so this uptrend continues, right? So very good news, but it's still early days right here. I did get some bids off right here, so I did have some bids here that got hit, which is good news. I've got some bids lower as well, which didn't get hit, but these are for my short-term trades. I dollar cost average all the time. I've got some short-term trades in. If you want to see my short-term trades, they're part of the crypto course. Got a Discord server, you can see everything there, link below for that. But look, 2 weeks, early days, but pretty good. If you look at the daily, we rejected from here at the top. That's fine, we had this big downtrend, and we were in that for a while. However, we've just tried to break out of it. Again, still early days, a bit of news comes out, it's bad, market drops, 4 or 5%, it could be easily happening, right, in the near future, but we're trying to break through this, right? We've broken through this downtrend, we're trying to put in a higher low here. So it's decent price action, right? Now, news comes out, we don't know, but it's decent price action if you're looking at it. So that's good news, and in a bull market, that's what you want to see. And we've turned this resistance into support, which is about as good as you can hope for from the technicals. Fundamentals may change things, right? And then we have to react. But for right now, it looks good. If you do trade as well, check the link to Bybit down in the description. If you're a new user on there, click the link, sign up for an account, make a deposit. They'll give you a huge deposit bonus to trade with, all the way up to $30,000 if you're well. If you can't trade on Bybit, you can trade on Apex as well with the link below. This is from your crypto wallet. This is a decentralized exchange spun out of Bybit. Connect your wallet, you can trade anything on here. You get a deposit bonus and permanent fee discount by that link as well. Gold is absolutely ripping to new all-time highs. I can't be bearish on digital gold in that environment or any other assets. What's really happening here is that the market expects a flurry of paper printing to happen. In dollars and other currencies, the vast majority of central banks are now cutting, including the Fed are going to cut at the next meeting, right? They want to create more currency. They want to spur currency creation. And so more currency valued in Bitcoin, which doesn't change, that means the exchange rate goes up in Bitcoin's favor. This is global money supply over the next few months. We think it's going to happen. Bitcoin doesn't correlate one for one in terms of daily price movements, but it's pretty simple, right? The amount of paper in existence goes up, same amount of Bitcoin, the exchange rate has to change. That's good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's real money. Bitcoin actually prices the world. Paper doesn't. This has to correlate over the long term. The more paper you have, the less that paper buys of each unit of Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. That's the long-term outlook. And for me, for my trades in 6 months, if this happens, right, Bitcoin is going to correlate higher. Don't worry about day-to-day price movements. It's going to correlate. If you look at gold and Bitcoin, the correlation has been spurious over time, to be honest. It's just in this environment, gold going higher, right? Bitcoin has that narrative. There's huge amounts of flows into Bitcoin. It's better than gold, although the central banks are going into gold. That's fair enough for them. Bitcoin isn't a big enough asset yet, but we're getting in before the central banks. Yes, we are. We got in before the corporates, right? We got in before Wall Street, and we'll get in before the central banks. That's the opportunity, right? It's the trade of our generation. This is a complicated chart, but if you just look at blue and red, right? The amount of job openings is going down. The unemployment rate is coming up. I just want to highlight that that's a perfect environment for the Fed to start cutting. You can see that during these times, which are basically recessions where the unemployment rate surges, you get in green a massive increase in the federal deficit in the States, right? When there's a recession, when there's joblessness, the government comes in, prints a load of debt, forces it into the economy, right? That brings up GDP and all the other metrics, right? So I don't know how harsh this is going to be this time, but essentially with a much looser jobs outlook, the Fed is going to become much looser as well. They're going to cut interest rates, and if this gets worse and worse and worse, then they can print money. I personally think that all of the data is completely manipulated and fake. All of the revisions going back completely change the outlook and the scope, and then they use that data to then get their policy in. We won't go through that in this video, but the data is clearly not very accurate. US non-farm payrolls, you can see very weak here. Are they going to let this come down and down? Of course, all of this is kind of backward looking as well, so this could keep coming down. That's what they want. As I've always said, that's what they want. They want this weakness. They want this cycle. They need to show this weak data, so they drop rates, print money, buy back the bonds. That's the game, right? If you look at all of this data as well, a lot of people are saying the cycle is over. This is a great thread on X from Julian Battelle. I'll link this below. He's essentially saying, based on this full set of indicators, the data is pointing to something very different in terms of people think the cycle is over. This does not look like an above trend late cycle economy. It looks much more like an early cycle economy trying to build momentum. You have the composite US sentiment index here, not overheated. This was the last bull market right here. That is an overheated sentiment index, not right now. You look at the sentiment index, and I think they have this against central banks cutting rates. All central banks are now cutting, especially the gorilla in the room, which is the Fed. They're starting to cut as well. You can see that. We are right down here. That was the last peak. We are all the way down here. It's not a cycle top. The gold move happening now is absolutely historic. Gold bugs must be ecstatic about this, jumping up and down. It's wild, right? You had this big consolidation period, big breakout, this technical pattern here, perfect technical pattern in a bull market. You just get a massive breakout from that. This is in dollars. We look at it in any other currency as well. Pound sterling, much higher. Japanese yen, anything you want, right? It's going higher. So what we're seeing is the market pricing in the fact that paper is going to get printed all around the world. It has to keep the fiat paper system positive, right? You need positive GDP, and so that means you just print the paper to get the positive GDP. That's it. But real assets, right, versus paper is not the game, right? What you want to find out is what are the assets in relation to each other. So if you look at gold against Bitcoin, it has outperformed Bitcoin over the last 12 months or so. But if you just look at the long-term chart, right, and this is the gold exchange rate versus Bitcoin. I mean, gold is just absolutely crashing, right? And what gold bugs are celebrating right now is this tiny little green candlestick right here. So I've got my bet on Bitcoin, a technologically superior version of money, a 2 to 3% inflation rate in gold versus 0% in Bitcoin. When the price of gold goes up, when there's more paper that you can get for that gold, then miners start digging more out the ground, etc. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is technically superior. I've got my money on Bitcoin, right? Not gold. Look, if you want to own gold because it's less volatile than Bitcoin, in terms of down moves as well, that's fine. But the problem is when you get these big outsized moves to the upside in anything, that's when you get big down moves as well. And Bitcoin holders know all about that, right? So when you get these big up moves in Bitcoin, when you start to get a change or the narrative starts to change, you can get down moves as well. Gold is obviously less volatile than Bitcoin to the downside and the upside. But look, if you've got a 10-year time horizon, you just want to be in the best asset, which is Bitcoin and not gold, in my opinion. What's happening right now in the world is that you have different hegemons battling for who gets to print paper so that they can buy it real work. Fiat currency isn't money, never was money. It's just paper that gets printed by global elites to buy the actual value that we put all of our work in. And so you have hegemons fighting to battle out, who gets to print paper to buy real stuff. And so the US has had it for a long time, but China, Russia, India, they want it as well, right? And so they have to come into a block because no one on the margin is going to actually desire any of their currencies, right? On the margin, if you're going to use a fiat currency, you want to use the dollar, right? Around the world, that's the one. You don't want to be holding rubles or yen or yuan or anything else, right? Dollar's the one you're going to hold to transact in. But really, on the margin as well, if you've got actual money to save, you don't want any of them, you want to buy Bitcoin, right? That, on the margin, over time, just plays out. You know that, right? You can't hold fiat currency over time. You have to hold real assets, Bitcoin. But they're all just fighting to see who gets to print paper to buy real stuff. Listen to what they say, because what he's saying here is actually what they want to do, right? Whatever anyone says, that is a mirror into what they think and what they want. He stressed that this is about hegemonism, that's what China wants. Unilateralism, that's what China wants. Protectionism, that's what China does and wants, right? More and more rampant, that's what they want to do. They want to have complete control and hegemony over everything, right? That's just what world hegemons want, right? Trade wars, tariff wars, that's what China does, that's what they want to do. they severely disrupt the world economy. That is true, but that's what you want. You want to disrupt and control the world economy for yourself, as does America, as does any world hegemon that wants complete control and power of printing paper to buy real stuff. Right? What do they want to do? They want to stand at the forefront of the global south and print paper for their work. And that's what the US did with China. They printed paper, they sent it over to China. China did actual work, they created everything. And now China has said, we don't want to do that anymore. We want to print the paper and we want to put the paper onto the global south and buy all of their work. And if you look at what Russia is saying, we don't want America to use crypto and stablecoins to print the paper and buy the work of the global south. But that's what the US wants, which is why they're pushing forward with stablecoin regulations and pushing forward to put stablecoins out into the world. Paper is printed from global elites to buy the value and the real work of us. They fight to get to see who wins and actually gets to print the paper to buy all of the stuff that we create. So Russia is saying, we're worried that the US is using technology and stablecoins to proliferate this paper to buy the value of the global south. And Russia is saying, China is saying, we're also upset that the US is trying to prevent us from printing paper to buy the value of the global south. That's what they're fighting for. Global central banks print paper to buy real stuff. The Bank of England was created as a private entity to serve as the banker of the English government when it was essentially broke. It was established to finance war. That's what central banks do. They print paper and they go to war. They print paper to buy all of the value that we create. They print paper and force us into the legal tender system to make sure that all of our labor and the value and our output is under their control. They print the paper to take everything away from us. And they fight to go to war with other nations to figure out who wins and then who gets to print the paper to buy the labor of the loser. That's how fiat currency works. And so that's why you have to be in Bitcoin. Seriously, you have to be in Bitcoin for the long term. Don't worry about trading. Dollar cost average, buy it, save in it. Get out of that system. But I'm trading too because that's why we're here, right? Make an extra bit of money on top. Hopefully, if you trade, Bybit and Apex deposit bonus down in the description. I'm James, this is Money G. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.